Hey guys, this is Zach from Chamorro Enterprises. Today we're going to be going over my mastering template. So let's start with just the routing first. So I've got three audio tracks and one aux track. So the first track is an audio track with no processing on it. This is just so I can go back to the original two track for reference. And that's just going at the main output, and we're doing a send to this meter track, and this meter track just has a loudness meter plugin. Julian loudness meter is awesome. It's free. There is a paid version of it, but the free version does the job for what I need it for. So the input of that's the meter, and then it goes out to a dead bus. That way that audio doesn't go anywhere that's coming in. And then next we got our mix. So this is literally just copied down. That way I could process it with my mastering chain here. And that goes out bus 1 and 2. And what we have here is a print, so we can print what we've done here into this track, and that's receiving the bus 1 and 2. It's going out 1 and 2. So the important part is you make sure this is solo saved. And then this is on input. And what we're going to do, I'm going to unmute all of this. And we are going to, what's important is what solo mode you have selected. So we're going to go up to options, solo mode, and XOR. So it cancels the previous solo. So that way I can flip between these two. And listen to my mastered versus my reference. So let's go over my mastering chain here. We're going to start with Pro Q3. This is what I use for my subtractive EQ. So I like to set the high pass at around 35 to around 30 to 40. If it's live drums, I'll go to 40. If we go too high here, I've made this mistake before. I went all over, if you go up to here, you're going to lose a lot of the low end, or too much of the low end, I should say, which then means your mix just kind of sounds flat. So we just want the parts that are annoying to be cut out. We'll do like a 24 to like 30 decibel octave. Stick to 24. Then I'll run a de-esser just to get rid of some of that sibilance. And a compressor, just to control levels. I do have a favorite here. Where's it at? I'll usually start here, or I'm not even running the right kind of, so let's go here. I'm running a mono plugin. We want it to be stereo. Okay, so kind of flip through these presets, and then I'll kind of adjust it as is to my liking. Next, we're going to run a saturator. Just give it the sound I like. Tape cassette. Oh, there's a fade there. I didn't mean that. Then we'll go to our subtractive EQ, or I should say additive EQ. And I'll just kind of find the areas that need a little bit of start with adding some brightness. Maybe a little low end here. Obviously, I'm not listening to it, so I don't know what I actually should be adding, but you get the point. Next, we'll run a multi-band compressor. And then stereo widener. And that just helps your mix sound wider. Then we'll go to the UAD Pultec EQ. I usually like to set my low frequency to 100 for mastering. And then we'll go to 12K for my boost frequency and 10 for my attenuate. And I'll just kind of go until I, get that level of brightness that I like. And obviously we don't want to overdo it because then that gets annoying. I've listened to mixes where or masters where they overboosted at 12K and it sounds terrible. And then lastly, we run our limiter. And that limiter, I have it set to 0.02, so just before peaking. Streaming services are obviously going to want it be down to -2, but I get it as loud as I can, and then the streaming services will bring it down automatically. And then I'll adjust it until we get to about -8 to -9 LUFS. That's just the loudness that I like to go for. Obviously, streaming services usually go to about -14 LUFS to -2 dB to peak. But I make it loud how I like it, and then the streaming services can quiet it down if they want. So yeah, that's my current mastering chain. Obviously, I'm still collecting plugins, so the better plugins I get, the better I can make my masters. But that's basically my mastering setup. You can see here I can just flip through these solos and listen to my reference versus the mastered version. And once I like what I've done, I'll go ahead and select it, and I'll take that off input, and we'll record, and that'll be my mastered here. Alrighty, thank you so much, guys, and have a good one.